To quote my favorite food reviewer on YouTube, Review Bra,
My
my
disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
ruined. For the last few days, I've been sitting on some footage. Footage of me performing a speed test of the new DJI Mavic Air and pitting it against the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro. I thought it'd be fun to see how they perform downwind and upwind, especially because I did a very similar test last year with the Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic Pro. Got the Phantom 4 Pro up to like 59.1 miles per hour downwind, and the Mavic Pro wasn't that far behind. I thought it was so cool how these drones in sport mode would kind of ride that wind and go beyond their advertised top speed. Unfortunately, when I did that top speed test last Friday, I was not seeing similar results. Downwind, the Phantom 4 Pro would not go above 45 miles per hour. Downwind, the Mavic Pro would not go above 40 miles per hour. Downwind, the Mavic Air would not exceed 42.5 miles per hour. And since it's not an experiment anymore, rather it's just proof that those numbers are correct, then I guess, well, what's the point of posting the video? I'm frustrated. I'm a little frustrated that DJI has limited us, apparently, in sport mode to these governed speed limits for these various drones. And so we're not getting those same speed results that we did back in the day. Now, if you were to go far back in the day, and we're only talking like a year and a half here, the DJI app was actually displaying the top speed of drones improperly. It was mixing up kilometers per hour with miles per hour. So we were seeing really fast mile per hour readings that were actually kilometers per hour, and the values just got mixed up. That was not the case when I did that speed test with the Mavic Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro last year. The issue had been fixed at that point. So now we're seeing that our drones have become even slower, and they're limited to that specific advertised speed. Now, there are some good things and some bad things about this. First of all, the bad thing is it's just frustrating. It's one more thing that DJI is limiting our drones' capability in doing. I know there are speed hacks and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into that because that's starting to talk about legality and issues of that sort. The good thing is that sport mode footage appears to look more level. If you watched my speed test last year, full throttle with the Phantom 4 Pro was like falling off the edge of the earth. And by the way, I'm not a flat earther. And Mavic Pro was also tilted to a great degree. So we're seeing that the camera gimbal performs better at its marketed top speed, which I guess that's a good thing. You know, I mean, is your footage really worth getting if it's so drastically tilted to one side because the drone can't compensate for that with its camera gimbal? Maybe you're also saving wear and tear on the motors, you know? Full top speed with the prop spinning so fast that the drone's being moved that quickly, it could produce wear and tear of the motors, and maybe that's not a good thing. And then you have less repair cases for DJI, who already seem kind of backlogged sometimes. And to have these drones going faster than their advertised speed means that potentially you, as a person flying, don't even notice that you're going that fast. But it is kind of frustrating, and to know that I'm limited to a certain speed now downwind means that I kind of have to adjust my game plan sometimes if I'm filming like what I filmed last year with the Ferrari or with that line of Chevy Tahoes. Shots like that may be more difficult to accomplish when you're not going to be able to fly with the wind faster than a certain amount of miles per hour or kilometers per hour. I do kind of get that DJI would limit their drones to a specific safe speed that particular drone has been tested and been confirmed to operate properly at. However, the speed isn't being limited by hardware or technical factors, but rather, you know, a governed speed cap that they've set into the DJI Go app or maybe the GPS system or something like that. It just seems like DJI is imposing one more restriction on us, which is a little frustrating, especially because that frustration was already existent when I was trying to fly near an airport recently for a commercial purpose. Now, I wasn't flying outdoors. I mean, I was right next to the airport, right next to it. But I was flying indoors in a printing facility. A same printing facility that I shot about 3 months ago at and had no issues. Since then, DJI has posted some geofencing and some more strict geofencing that won't even let you take off in certain proximity to airports, regardless of whether you actually have authorization from the FAA. And you have to contact DJI, which, by the way, their Chinese office apparently was emailing me back and forth because they were only responding at night. And by the time I actually got my authorization through the DJI Go app to unlock that specific area, it was the next day, and the shoot was over before it began. I would love to see DJI back up just a little bit on some of these restrictions. I understand some of them are for safety, for FAA regulation. I'm not sure how these drones operate in other countries, but it's just a thought that I had. And without starting arguments and fights, I would like to know what your guys' views are in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are and what your experiences are with these drones, and whether speed or whether flying near airports when you have authorization. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I will put out a few more Mavic Air videos in the near future. Polar Pro's new landing gear and ND/polarizer filters for the Mavic Air. We'll see if they're any good. All right, happy flying.